morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzamos, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. What are the signs of an evil home? What are the signs of an evil home? Every household has got a leader. It's a father, it's a mother, it's a sibling who is taking care of other members of the family. It can be anyone. It can be an auntie, it can be an uncle. It doesn't matter. Every household has got a leader. But there are some times when those leaders of those households, they decide to take the wrong path in life. And regardless of what decision they have taken, there are also effects that happen within the members of that unit. So we can talk about, there are some leaders who are going to actually bless that household, and there are some leaders who are going to do some things that are actually going to curse that household. It's the reason as to why I'm making this video, to bring to you the signs of an evil home. Now, over the years, of course, I've been talking about dysfunctional family units. I've been talking about narcissistic family dynamics. I've been talking about toxic family units. But this time we are going to actually also embrace this idea of an evil home. What does an evil home look like? If you're in a home and you experience untimely deaths between members of that unit, you just woke up in the morning, somebody's dead, somebody's gone. You woke up in the morning, there's no reason, somebody went to sleep the other night, they did not wake up the other night, they did not wake up the next morning. Something has just happened abruptly, they have actually passed on. There is a very big chance in that home there could have been something that had been done by the leaders of the top, like I've said. So these leaders, for example, could be into witchcraft, they could be into occultism, they could be into some kind of dark magic or things like that, that actually also affecting each and every member in that home. Because remember that whatever they do, it also sits within that unit, and it also affects each and every member of the unit. So you wake up one day, a sibling is gone, a sibling is dead. You woke up one day, the aunt is dead. You woke up one day, the father is dead. There's no reason, they were not sick. They didn't have a problem the previous night. Everything was okay, they went to bed, they did not wake up. There's a very big chance, ladies and gentlemen, that is an evil home, actually. If you're experiencing a sign, for example, number 2, I'll give you number 2. You are seeing in this home is infested with all kinds of sicknesses. Sicknesses and illnesses, I don't even need to mention this, but if you have a home whereby each and every member of the family, they are suffering with a different type of an illness. There's a cancer somewhere, there's HIV somewhere, there's leprosy, there is high blood pressure, there is this, there is that. A lot of different types of illnesses, ladies and gentlemen. There's a very big chance the home you're involved with, that household, is actually an evil home. There is a lot of things that are happening in the spirit that you do not see. Because remember that whatever these people decide to do, I'm talking about these members at the top, the ones who are running that household, whatever it is they decide to do, it is also ushered down to the other members of the family, who even sometimes have got nothing to do with it. So it's the reason as to why sometimes you see people, they buy a home, for example. A person can buy a home, and they can make those so-called, what they call them, housewarming parties. If a person is into black magic and the stuff like that, witchcraft or things like that, they may actually perform witchcraft on that house so that other members can maybe sometimes be blessed. But most of the time, they're actually indirectly cursing those homes without even knowing it. A person with a good heart, with a good faith, they may actually decide to bless their home. They may come inside that household. They will pray for the house before everybody comes into that house. They can't actually pray for that house. But on the other hand, there's also some other people who will actually curse that house through witchcraft and all sorts of dark magic and dark magic, occultism and things like that. Everything they do, it is going to actually manifest within the members of that unit. And most of the times, it is also going to bring a lot of suffering in that household. The other sign I'll give you of an evil home is when there's a lot of setbacks in that unit. There's members of those families, of course, they could be hardworking, they are maybe sometimes intelligent people, they wake up every morning with a plan, they go out there, they make things happen, okay? In the next day, the next week or the next month, whatever they have been doing is gone. People are running bankrupt, they're losing money, they're losing their businesses, they're losing everything that means a lot to them. It is one of the signs, ladies and gentlemen, that it is most likely that that house is actually an evil home, and it has been infected by different types of evil spirits, and they do not allow those family members in that unit to prosper in one way or the other. The other sign, which is a major one, and I want you guys to listen very closely, of an evil home, is when you are constantly running into, there can be snakes, there can be lizards, there can be centipedes, there can be rats, there can be spiders everywhere on the walls. There can be all sorts of things you don't want to see. How are you going to know that this is actually an evil home? Is the way you feel anytime you encounter those creatures. It could be a snake, for example. It could be a spider on the wall. It could be a lizard. It could be a gecko. It could be a centipede. It could be anything. How do you feel when you encounter those kind of things? Do you feel frightened? Do you feel scared? Are you calling around people to help you? Are you calling around for help? Are you actually out of your mind? Are you extremely afraid and scared? There are some other signs which actually manifest. For example, the universe can decide to send you some signs, and they can sometimes even appear in those houses. But this does not have to be on a regular basis. You might every now and then, of course, run into a spider. It could be a sign from the universe. You might run into a butterfly. You could run into a ladybug. You could run into some other creatures or insects that actually do not even frighten you. When you meet them, you know that, okay, so this is a good sign. For example, you see a ladybug on your window. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. Everything is okay. But how do you feel anytime you encounter either an insect or a pest or an animal inside your house? Secondly, how do you feel? And thirdly, is it happening on a regular basis? Is it something you are seeing today? Then you're going to see it the next week. You're going to see it the other week. You're going to see it the other week. It is one of the signs, ladies and gentlemen, that household is an evil home. It is infested with different types of negative spirits. And most of the time, those spirits, they are manifesting in different types of creatures showing up all of a sudden out of the blue inside of that house. So if you ever recognize you are in the house and there is irregular, what can I call it? There is regular occurrences whereby you are running into certain types of creatures in that home. Ladies and gentlemen, those things are not there by coincidence. The home has actually been cursed. And that home is an evil home. It can be happening because, like I've said, it is something that has been done initially by somebody who is supposed to run that household. They have done something, whether it has been unconsciously or whether it has been conscious, but they have done something, and actually they have invited these evil spirits to actually manifest into that house, whether they knew it or they didn't know it. And that's the reason as to why you are actually every now and then running into these kind of things, creatures, pests, insects, and animals, even sometimes bugs. You're running into, sometimes you open your bed, you're going to sleep, there's a bug in your bed, there's a bug on your plate, there's a bug in the bathroom, there's a bug in the kitchen, anywhere, doesn't matter. It is a sign, ladies and gentlemen, that home is actually infested by evil spirits, and you need to pray very hard. You need to do a lot of cleansing. So the reason as to why most of the times in my videos, I've usually encouraged a lot of decluttering. So if you're noticing a lot of these are very irregular and uncomfortable events happening in that house, do a lot of cleansing. Declutter the house, remove all unwanted items, let the house have good energy. Allow a lot of light to come into the house and remove any unwanted items out of that house. It is the only way you're going to start decluttering. And on top of that, of course, depending on what you believe in, you can pray, you can meditate in that home, and you could do whatever it is you want to do to make sure that you cleanse that house physically, both physically and spiritually. Those are the signs I can think about of an evil home or of an evil household. There is some other signs you've seen I'm not aware of. You can drop them in the comment section below. Other than that, you guys know that I always do love and appreciate your support. Book a session. Donate to support my channel if you want to. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.